4, 6, 8. There is an Israeli state. 3, 5, 7, 9. Where's the state of Palestine? After 65 years, where's the state of Palestine?
Kia ora everybody. The protest here today is directed against the Israeli ambassador who's speaking in the building here shortly. The Israeli ambassador is over here to spread poisonous propaganda against the Palestinian people. We're saying the Israeli ambassador should be booted out of New Zealand. We don't want him here as a representative of a regime which is brutally oppressing the Palestinian people. They run a brutal military occupation on the west bank of the Jordan River. They run an open-air prison for Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, like a medieval siege. They treat Palestinians like scum. And we're saying that that is the cause of the lack of peace in the Middle East. And if we want peace in the Middle East, we have to build it on justice. Justice for Palestinians. We want the Israelis out of the West Bank. We want them to lift the siege of Gaza. We want them to allow civil and political rights for Palestinians inside Israel. We want them to treat Palestinians like their fellow citizens rather than as third-class citizens. We don't want to see the racist policies that they're pushing through the Knesset right now. That's the Israeli parliament, where they are about to dispossess 40,000 Bedouin people of their rights as citizens, or their rights to land, and make them second-class citizens within Israel. We want to see Palestinians, we want to see freedom for Palestinians, we want to see a Palestinian state established, and we want to see the kinds of policies to get that to happen. We want to see the kind of policies around the world that put real pressure on South Africa to get rid of its apartheid system. We need the same sort of pressure to get the Israelis to abandon their apartheid system. Their apartheid system directed against Arab Israelis, directed against Palestinians. We want to see freedom for Palestine.
I would say to the Israeli ambassador in there, kindly tell the truth to the people that you are lecturing, because our media are not telling the truth. Our government, it seems now, will not be telling the truth. And unfortunately, if people are allowed to hear this from one side, then it would be really nice to see a Palestinian speaker qualified to do so, to lecture these same students.
Thank you everyone for coming here tonight in support of the Palestinian people. The Palestinian people that are facing oppression, facing genocide, and have become effectively the second victims of the Holocaust. What we have inside is an apartheid establishment represented by a politician of an apartheid state, a state that practices discrimination, racism, evicts people from their homes based on their race. That is called racism. They commit crimes, and what we're doing here is inviting these criminals to our educational establishment so we can contaminate them with ideologies that are corrupt. And we have our government and our police, instead of doing a job of keeping the crimes off the streets and protecting our society, no. Protecting injustice, protecting apartheid, and protecting racism. Representatives of racism and representatives of apartheid. What we have is an apartheid racist state that is here welcome at an educational institution to come and contaminate and indoctrinate students and children that do not need to hear this lying and this criminal ideology of Zionism. That's what these people represent here. They represent apartheid, they represent injustice, and they represent the criminal establishment of Israel. We want to see an end to occupation. We want to see justice in Palestine. We want our prisoners freed. The children inside Israeli prison, we want them freed. There are people on hunger strikes. There are people being evicted from their homes. There is a siege. There is a wall. There is a crime being committed against humanity. There is injustice. There is a genocide going on. Myriad Maguire said that the Palestinians are facing a slow genocide, and that we are going to look back in horror and say, how could we allow this to happen? Now this is what we're actually doing. On this date, in 2013, we are protecting the Zionist apartheid establishment. We've got all the security here standing to protect a representative of an apartheid establishment. A racist state that commits crimes, that kills children, that drops bombs indiscriminately on a population in Gaza. Children's dying, women and elderly dying, people being evicted, 40,000 Bedouins being evicted. Why this discrimination? Why do we allow apartheid? Ask yourself the question, how can we have an apartheid state and protected by government and by police? How can you do that? Why are we having apartheid now? Why is there apartheid in Palestine? Why is there apartheid? Why can't we end the occupation? Why can't we have justice? Why can't you treat Palestinians equally? Why do we have apartheid in Palestine? Why? Ask yourself the question, why do you protect apartheid? Why do we protect apartheid here at Auckland University, in New Zealand, in Aotearoa? Why are we protecting apartheid? What is the benefit? Who is benefiting from this? Why are we allowing children to die? Why are we allowing people to get evicted? Why do we allow this to continue? Is anybody interested? Is there anybody interested in justice? Can anyone hear me? We want freedom, and we want equality, and we want an end to the apartheid establishment, the so-called apartheid establishment of Israel. Does anybody understand what that means? Does anybody understand that there are people that are being killed and imprisoned simply for not being Jews? Does anybody understand what injustice means? What genocide means? What a Holocaust means? Does anybody remember what had happened in Gaza? Does anybody remember what had happened to the Jews in Germany, in Europe? Why are you committing the same crimes against the Palestinians? Why are you doing that? Why do we have a Holocaust going on in Palestine? Why are we protecting this? Why? We need freedom for Palestine. We need justice for the Palestinians, and we need equality. This will not continue. This will not continue the same way the apartheid regime of South Africa was toppled. This is the end of apartheid, and we are rising against this injustice. You can have all the power you want, and you can have all the weapons and the money, and you can be supported by corrupt governments and by UN and whatever you name it, but your apartheid will end. Because the free people worldwide are coming out and speaking against injustice. And the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement is taking momentum. And your days are outnumbered. And apartheid will end. Because as long as there are free people, people with conscience, we will see an end to this injustice. And we will see an end to this protected genocide. Kiara.
Free, free Palestine! 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 Okay, greetings everybody. I just want to pay a salute to the students who endured the first 10 or 15 minutes of the Charge d'Affaires speech.
and walked out in an orderly manner. And I think the point was made. Whether or not they understand it, that's another question. But a good protest, a valid protest, and it's good to see the support out here afterwards. Yeah, we've got to see more of this. We've got to make sure that the lives of these people are exposed in every which way. So thank you very much, everybody, for turning up.